It's not time to go home yet. Just stay with me for a moment. I never thought I'd find what I was looking for, but this feeling can't afford to leave. I came here with a 20 in my pocket. Didn't want to stay too long, I knew that I would drop it. Check myself out in the reflection of a liquor bottle. Saw a real sad girl, a big pill to swallow, yeah. But when you took my hand, walked me over to the dance floor, I put on a smile, never knew I had before. You said it's not time to go home yet, yeah. Just stay with me for a moment. Don't turn around, it's only the two of us. Just stay with me for a moment. I know I'm bound to ruin it, so just stay here. Just a moment. As long as this place is open, I'll keep you close, and we'll hold on to this moment. You hold me, feels like forever. Are you here to find forever? I will never know, cause I'm scared to take you home. When you hit me on my phone, but I guess I'll never know. They turn the volume up when we're talking. The music playing louder, not planning on stopping. It's getting pretty late, I don't even know your name, but I'm living in the moment, I want you to stay. Ooh, it's in a real bad vibe. Came in with my head down, anxiety high. Just about to leave, was about to leave. I'm so happy you noticed me. But when you took my hand, walked me over to the dance floor, I put on a smile, never knew I had before. You said it's not time to go home yet. Stay with me for a moment. Don't turn around, it's only the two of us. Just stay with me for a moment. I know I'm bound to ruin it, so just stay here. Stay with me for a moment. Please make a move, cause I don't have the courage. Don't wanna be wondering what could have been in the morning. Said it's not time to go home yet. Just stay with me for a moment. It's not time to go home yet. Go home yet. Don't go home yet. Go home yet. Just stay with me for a moment.
Hello and welcome to Record Label Boss. My name is Avio, and it's another week and another episode of RLB with yours truly. I think that we've so far gotten to a show about 155 or something like that. So welcome on this wonderful Monday. I hope you all had a great weekend. As you can see up here, I got my Ringo Starr, the label cat, with me. He decided to come into the studio and take a nap here with us today. And of course, we got some studio guests. Lottie and Scotty are here. And Scotty is sending us a wonderful picture of a white camera. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to turn them off until they decide to pop off with their cameras. Hello and welcome everybody who's on Reddit, on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on everything else. Today we have received a bunch of tracks over the weekend that we're going to listen to. And if you have music that you want to submit to us to be played live on the show, you can do so at demosubmission.com. We have taken the site live. Obviously, that is the website where you can submit your music to us if you're an artist, or if you have a friend who's an artist, or if you have, some music that you want to promote. I want to say hello to Mix Beauty and Foxy who are in the chat. How you doing, girls? I thank you so much for being here. First one we're going to listen to is Stu Miller, Horn Roller. That didn't work the last time I tried to open it, but yeah, now it does. And he says, hey, here's my latest demo with a rolling bass line. Yep, there's a rolling bass line. Okay. Dut, 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 dut. Dut, 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 dut. It's a bit boring. I'm gonna skip. Very low-key club track. Okay, that's what I'm gonna feedback him. Decent effort, exclamation mark. Okay, and pretty rolling club track that stays a little bit monotonous if you want it to be ready for radio play, full stop. All the best and cheers, exclamation mark. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Horn roller. Next one is Nordbo with a Hope. And he's from... See more? I want to see more. See less? Why does it not work? Man. These websites with all these pop-ups and these sliders and all kinds of like fancy shit. That isn't something that you want to have. You want to have a simple website where shit just mostly works. Okay, I think we're having some little bitty issues here. Hey Scotty, hey Yo Mim. Yeah, that's not really gonna cut it. Alrighty. What we're gonna say to him. Decent effort, exclamation mark. A very simple track that would need a lot more variety and work in order to be considered seriously, full stop. All the best and cheers, exclamation mark. I'm not sure what this is. It's not a demo really. It's just all right, next one. The Wandering. What we got here? The Wandering Vanash Popta. Thanks for helpful there, Gaetano. Okay. Wow, today is really, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Decent effort, exclamation mark. I'm not entirely sure about this track, but it has a lot of ambient noise and remains somewhat monotonous, full stop. All the best and cheers, exclamation mark. Not sure what this is supposed to be. All right. So far. Dave Kensington. hot news? What the fuck? A super tiny thing where you can scroll through. Blah 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 blah. Okay, it's all in French. Okay. Thank you, Foxy, for heartwarming. Well, I'm decent effort, exclamation mark. Okay, track that has some good elements, but I'm not entirely sure that the vocals work out at all, full stop. Would definitely spend some more time producing those, full stop. All the best and cheers, exclamation mark. I think he just doesn't have... it could be that I'm misunderstanding this and this is some kind of like French thing going on there. And that, you know, people are wanting to do it without being able to sing. But weird, you know? And it isn't that genre to where the vocals don't matter, you know, kind of like where it's like EDM and you're just shouting like, let's dance, you know. All right, next one is Lyre de Temp. Inspector Gadget soundtrack. Inspector Gadget.
I'm the mercenary, your worst adversary. Right. I'm the legendary. Don't call me if it's unnecessary. You can hurt me. I'm free. I'm walking with no.
I would say it's a pretty artsy track, isn't it? All right, maybe 20 years ago. Decent effort, exclamation mark. Interesting track with some unique features that sounds a little bit reminiscent of approximately 10 years ago, full stop. All the best and cheers, exclamation mark. But the comparison with the Inspector Gadget soundtrack wasn't the you know, it has kind of like the same vibe. And hey Neymar, how you doing? They're on Reddit. It kind of like has the same vibe, and it, you know, would fit to a French cartoon of the 2000s or 90s. And this goes back to what I said last time. You know, that I'm so, I don't know, wouldn't say weirded out, but interested that so many people sent me stuff that could have been sold 20 years ago. I'm not entirely sure why so many people have that music inside of them, you know, and it wants to come out. I think that most people just no matter what they believe they themselves are doing, are mostly imitating what influenced them when they were young. Very few people are musical innovators. That is a very, very tiny group of people that would really come up with a new sound, and many times they will be misunderstood, as it was at the dawn of electronic music or hip hop. People said, "What's this shit? What's this crap?" So, how well would a song like what we heard just fare now? Probably horrible. How well would it fare 15 years ago? Probably pretty good. So, it's the old question that people are always asking me, if you heard Queen, would you sign them? And I always say no. And they say, are you crazy? It's like one of the best bands of history. And I said, yeah, 30 years ago it was. Nowadays, nobody would buy their fucking album. If they were not already famous, literally nobody would listen to them. As our numbers indicate, there hasn't been an album, a guitar or rock-based album in the Billboard 200 this year. So no matter what you think of it, it's just not happening anymore. So a lot of people, when they send me stuff, they're like, this sounds really good. And I'm like, yeah, it sounded good 20 years ago. Not much to do about it now, All right, let's go to the next one. Lane On. About You. So being current is really important.
The way that you left me. It's even not about the way that you hurt me. First I didn't realize. Tell me, could it be a lie?
And this is in the category of I'm involuntarily funny. I didn't realize what the fuck hurt me.
You see what I'm thinking now? It's all about lose.
It's all about lose.
Gonna sue.
Sue.
Now it's enough.
So there's a problem, If you're singing in a language that is not your own, you're really gonna have to invest and get a command of the language to where you're not involuntarily sounding funny. Like people would turn you on and think it's a funny song, somebody's making fun of French people, but then found out, no, it's actually somebody who means this seriously, So it's really cool to have a slight accent, and people think that's really nice when you can hear something. But when it gets to the point to where you're mispronouncing words so much that the sense of the lyrics change, then it becomes really difficult, because people will misunderstand your lyrics, and then it will become nonsensical. So when your language is to the point to where you cannot make yourself understood to other people in that language, then you should probably not use that language at all. It's all about a you. I get it, I don't know what he's singing. I can beat it every day. I understood I can beat it every day. It literally means I can jerk off every day. I don't know. Decent effort, exclamation mark. Okay, track that suffers from the mispronunciation of the language, and I would probably invest some more time into making sure that I am understood. Full stop. All the best and cheers, exclamation mark. I can be... Oh, Ladi just sent me a message that she understood that I can be there. Oh my god, fuck yeah, I'm so stupid. But see, this is what I mean. Somebody like me who's not English native, maybe will have a harder time. I can be there every day. Okay, it's not a good lyric. Yeah, it's just if you're looking at how many chart hits are made by people that barely speak the language, you'll find it is none. And I know I've been criticized by artists for saying that, if you want to sing in a language, you should really at least make yourself understood, because they're like, yeah, but it's not my first language, blah, blah, blah. But the point is that the entertainment industry doesn't give a shit. Nobody cares why you're failing. This is the underpinning reason for a lot of stuff in the music industry. Really, nobody cares why you're failing. Nobody cares why you cannot dance. Nobody cares why you cannot sing. Nobody cares why you cannot speak English. Nobody really cares. What people care about is when you are excellent at things. You look very good. You dance very good. You sing very good. Your English is very good. Your videos are very good. Your songs are very good. And then people will listen to your stuff. If the answer to one of these is it's not, then people will not listen. It's the court of public opinion is one of the harshest things there is. And when people say to me, I'm being harsh, it's absolutely not true. I'm just telling them what is going to happen with their song. Whereas other people are, cheering them on. But I'm not a claqueur. People don't pay me to clap for them. All right. Peter Lake, Shadow Games.
I see you are.
Vocals.
It's summertime and you laugh. Let's not stay apart.
Vocals 4, vocals 3. It's like, ooh.
Away.
Okay, I'm gonna skip and see if you can sing.
Did you know that I tried to hold your
Nope.
hand.
No singing happening on this track. Decent effort, exclamation mark. Okay track. That stays a little bit monotonous and the vocals need a lot of improvement, and this is probably where I would start first, full stop. All the best and cheers, exclamation mark. Yep, and that was it. That was it for us here. We're gonna go to whoopsie. There you go. New music. I'm gonna change tabs here, and gonna check over on Muso to see what's happening there. Gonna get some more music reviewed. By the way, if you have music that you want to have reviewed, you can submit it to us at demosubmission.com. Oh, I still have that stupid caption on. Damn it, that was the wrong one. Send us your demos. Demo submission.com. All right. There you go. Turn that on. Send us your demos, demosubmission.com. I always do that with the submission, because it's funny. We have various other URLs too, like demosubmit.com, I think points to us. Not sure. But a bunch of these demo submission things to point to us. But we decided to go with demosubmission.com because it's kind of like, I don't know, you know what it is when you hear the URL. It's a site for demo submissions. So yeah, that. you go. So let us see here. We're gonna start with Abras, the Duel of the Tunes. Why not? Okay, we know that melody.
I, gentleman, you know why we are here. Listen open.
If he's lying, don't come crying. Mother knows best.
Lies doesn't discriminate between a sinner and a saint, and it takes, and it takes, and it takes.
The fuck is this?
And we rise, and we fall.
It's a It's a guy who made like his own 10-minute musical made up of various songs. I have to say that's pretty interesting. You're not seeing that this has like music video to it. I'm gonna save it because I think that's a very interesting thing. Not necessarily because I'm like, oh man, but so this guy made a bunch of tunes and then made like a bunch of videos and then shifted from one to the next every minute and made like 10 different musical tunes with 10 different little videos. I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty interesting, you know. Not necessarily what I'm gonna be like. Yeah, let's sign this and become musical. Like musical, not music. Oh, but musical producers like Broadway stuff, you know. But never seen it, so I saved it because it was definitely different, you know. Nobody's ever sent me a 10-minute musical that they made. Of course, with like tunes that were kind of like ripped off from the other stuff. He didn't write those, but I don't think he is implying that he wrote those. That he wrote those. All right, interesting. You know, you never. And this is what I mean. You know, you could totally write your own musical, and you could send us a submission and say, you know, I wrote my own musical. This is a compilation or something. I know we're not big into musical kind of, hey Bobo, thank you so much for subscribing again and for blocking my face with that huge button. I'm probably going to have to work on that overlay. That is huge. That is fucking huge. That is fucking huge. I'm going to make that smaller. I'm going to put it here. Okay. It's like Bobo is always supporting me. I think that is extremely nice of him. And I want to thank everybody who supports the channel by subscribing to it on Twitch. Because at the end of the day, that's what every artist lives from. It's from the appreciation of his fans. All right, Snap Infraction. By the way, it's the same for me. It doesn't matter if you're an artist or if you run an indie label or something. For me, it's just, you know, I get a percentage of every artist's stuff. But if all the artists suck, then I don't get anything either. Okay, next one. I'm gonna go ahead and just show you what we're currently listening to. Yeah, you gotta play listening browser.
Don't wanna rise before the sun will climb and delight my weary eyes. Can I get older in an unmoving time? Every word it fills my mind, but I push aside these questions, go about my day just to find my.
Yeah, I'm like... And Bobo says he drank a monster to hopefully get some more energy after my tiresome exam. It's not helping. Are you a fan of that Monster energy drink? Because I think I've had it once, but I can't remember which one it was. I'm not super big on energy drinks, by the way. And of course, being Austrian, if I drink an energy drink, it's Red Bull. Because it's Austrian. You know, so yeah, Bobo, it's not working because it's not Red Bull. And QQDDQPS says, may I suggest Kent, amazing alternative group from Sweden. Absolutely, if you want them to submit their demos to us there, Kent, send them to demosubmission.com. It's where you can send the stuff to us. Or you can join us on our Discord server and post a link there. And if you know anybody from the band, that will be, you know, even better. I'm gonna edit this. And discord.gg/CCR. I'm gonna add the links in here. And if I drink monsters, I limit it to only once a day. Yep. That's right, you shouldn't drink too much of this energy drink. Plastic Date says Peach Pit Hot Kniefer. Kniefer? Hot knifer? Oh no, dude. I don't know if your knifer is hot. Knifer. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, listening to some more music. Danke dir, viel Glück mit allem. Super, also wenn da die taugen und du kennst jemanden von denen, dann sollen die entweder bei uns in Discord kommen oder uns das über demosubmission.com schicken. Aber Discord ist wahrscheinlich besser, wenn Server kommen wollen, dann können wir uns ein bisschen unterhalten, nämlich auch. Weil oft ist es nicht schlecht, wenn man versteht, worum es der Band ein bisschen geht. Ne? Okay. No. Come on, Yandevar. Today it's a bit of a washout, isn't it? Plastic Date said, I mean, Peach Pit is an amazing band. Their Hot Knifer song is good. Yeah, same thing for you, Plastic. If you know somebody from the band, they can submit it on the demosubmission.com or discord.gg/CCR. You can do both. Or you can also go to our Discord and drop the link in there. We have a demo room in the Discord, and people are welcome to link their demos in that room, and then we'll listen to it. Because I feel it's actually a lot better to be able to talk to the artist rather than somebody just sending you an email linking you somewhere. Because many times the decision to sign somebody or invite somebody is really dependent upon their personality. Because everybody likes to work with somebody who's nice, you know? But nobody wants to work with somebody who's an asshole. Okay, next one. Anne. Muses.
Bring them in and close the doors. Get them down on their knees on a cold, hard floor.
By the way, if you're interested, I've been checking up on our footprint in Asia. And every show we have about 60 people who are simultaneously watching us in Asia on various streaming services. for reasons I'm not entirely sure of. But if you were to run the numbers on it, probably more people are watching this in South Korea, Japan, and other places than people in America or something like that, you know? So we would have typically about 50 to 60 people in Asia, like the general Asian area, watching this on their specialty services that we stream to. Then you'd have like about 20 people on Reddit. You'd have like 7, 8, 9 on Twitch, and then you'd have a few on Facebook and YouTube, etc. You know, but that just goes to show how prevalent streaming is there, and how big a part of entertainment it is there. And I have to say that the one artist that we have from Japan, which is K-Lek, is working really well for us. He's an extremely good player, and he has a huge fan base. Not bad, Anne. I wouldn't necessarily, you know, jump right on it, but not bad, Anne. And I forgot the service. Hold on, let me check who it is. It's not D-Live. It's not Africa. It's not VK, that's for Russia. Is it Picarto or Trovo or Nemo? I think it's Nemo.
I'm really trying hard. I try to understand. I try to get your drift.
Not entirely sure. One of these. I gotta run the numbers one day.
And sometimes it really sucks. But we're not smart enough to connect all of the dots.
Nope. Alright, next one. Adriana. Season Bright. Not necessarily. Also, I think it's very interesting, like, the demands or the ideas that artists have vary by platform. Because for example, on Muso, you'll find a lot of artists who are sending you already released music, thinking that you're going to promote them, or that they're gonna get big promo on Muso, which and I like Muso, and I know Chris Sharp for a while now, but it's a place where independent reviewers review your music, and the odd record label like us, like very few record labels. So it's not necessarily a place where you're gonna blow up, you know? It's a place where you can connect with indie bloggers and people like that. Works very, very well. But you should do that before you release your song, like long before you release your song. Now I'm getting like Spotify links here, you know. I think one of the things that I can share with you is that if you want to get coverage, like we got coverage for CIG's release of Moment, which you hear in the beginning and at the end of this show. We send that to bloggers and to radio stations a month before it's out with an embargo, so that they can be the first ones to put it out. And at the day the song is released, they already have the blog article out, they already have the songs on rotation, and all that kind of stuff. So when you send somebody who's a blogger, even if you don't want to pay anything, you know, stuff that's already out, very few people will actually take it, because it's not new and it doesn't have any kind of value. So if you want to promote your music successfully, you need to send it to people like at least a month before it comes out, okay?
Broke you off a piece of me and gave it to a charity that you thought
Hey Darnest, how you doing? Tree Nut Fruit says, what is the song called? It's catchy. Don't know, I kind of like missed it. Darian Gerard.
I drive by your house and count the minutes.
Oh, the Woozy, yeah, because of the background. Do you want to have a different background there, Darnest?
Back there, 'cause I knew you.
Who's singing here? Darian Grant, okay.
And I know I was young, but I couldn't understand why you hurt me. You didn't deserve me, but like a needle on a thread, you repaired me. Yeah, you got me.
I don't think we have an energy drink here.
Now I'm up and
Now I feel like having an energy drink with ice. Ah, damn it. You're always giving me ideas. Yeah, no. Not so much, not so much, not so much.
And if I'm being honest, I've no
Oh yeah, interesting fact. I got some reporting in the other day about 2020, and I know it's 2022, but data takes a long time to compile. So in 2020, the only increase in income that musicians had, or the increase in revenue, was in streaming. Streaming actually grew by 19.5%, I think. And everything else, that's licensing income, sync income, touring income, sales income, merchandise income, all dropped. And this means it was a horrible year for music because streaming doesn't really pay musicians at all. Only about 6% of a musician's income is from streaming, Spotify, iTunes, etc. Because streaming providers pay hardly anything to artists. So the 6% income that you made, became 7%, and everything else kind of like contracted. So at this point, there is, as far as I know, less than 10% will be 500. Yeah, less than 1% of all the musicians make minimum wage, and only about 0.1% of the musicians make a living wage. And this is actually going down. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. Musicians are getting paid less and less every year. It's one of the only industries on the planet where the income for the creatives is going down, while the amount of money that platforms is taking is going up hugely. So Spotify, iTunes, all these platforms are becoming more and more profitable, while income for artists is declining sharply. It has been declining a lot over the last 10 years, and it continues to go to where the income of a typical musician nowadays, as I said, is only 6% from streaming, or revenue associated with the music itself. 30% from a musician's income is generally working a second job. 30% is working as an instructor. 20% is touring, and the rest is some smaller stuff and licensing fees. And that is really telling that 60% of a typical musician's income comes from doing something else. So if you want to become a musician, think that on average 60% of your income will have to come from something other than your music. And if you want to support a musician, think about that as well. Chances are that the only reason why they can pay the bills is because they work at a music store and sell equipment there. and they do some instructions for kids, teaching or something like that. But literally, musicians, on average, cannot live from their music. And the people that can live from their music as a whole would be 0.1% of all the musicians. So if you want to take up music as your career, you should think about your options. And so, people are always asking, why are you so picky? It's easy. I'm trying to find the 0.1% because that's the only way that we can keep a label going, is by finding the 0.1% that will actually make money. Otherwise, we cannot afford to pay our employees, and we would have to close the thing down. Or in the future, pay our employees. Right now, everybody's doing it for free, I should have to say. So yeah, there's a lot of people that are average. But I guess it's the same thing in every sport or anything, the excellent people are few and far between. And this is why so many successful people, musicians, are rich people, or mostly kids of rich people. When you're looking at people that are successful, let's say outside of the realm of urban music, because urban music is still very dynamic. It's like rap, hip hop, R&B, that kind of area. But anybody outside of there is I would say that about 50% of all the Billboard people are essentially rich kids that their parents paid their artistic career, and they just made it because a lot of money was spent on them. And then you have about 30% of people that are like from the rap and hip hop community and stuff, where that doesn't apply so much. And then you'll have like the odd person who is in Billboard music who actually was poor, like The Weeknd, and I think also Post Malone. Not entirely sure, but I think. And so you'll have like the majority of musicians are rich kids. If you're not rich at this point and your family is rich and super well connected in the music industry, you're already in the minority. A lot of people don't understand that, but it took Maroon 5 15 years and $10 million backed and paid by their parents to get to where they are now. Wow. That's how it is. Money can buy you everything, even a music career. Pinky Loops, Winterstellar. Okay, Polish group there. Cool video. Hope the music is gonna pick up and change. So far it reminds me a little bit of Game of Thrones intro. And that reminds me even more of Game of Thrones. Da-da. That is like a rip-off. Is that a cover of Game of Thrones? So far, it's I always forget what the theme is called. I always call it Game of Thrones. If they switch it up and they continue with the melodic pieces from Game of Thrones, then we know it. Yeah, they changed it a bit, of course. And now would be the switch. At least I'm listening. What are they saying about themselves? Not much, I guess. Yeah, they follow pretty much the same exact structure. I'm gonna save it, but it was a Game of Thrones clone. Started a bit boring, stayed boring. Yeah, I think it started pretty good, but then it didn't come up with anything new. I like the. I generally like faster, almost percussive sounding songs on classical pieces because it makes them so much more lively. Because a lot of people, when they do classical pieces or cinematic epic, they go all strings. They go like. But when you add a little bit something that sounds a little bit more percussive, like it almost becomes like a beat, you know. Just a little trick if you're composing. That's essentially what that dude did on Game of Thrones. Don't know what the composer is called. I'll look it up. Because I'm always referring. That's right, it's that Indian dude, Ramin Djawadi. Very Iranian-German score composer. He did Iron Man and Game of Thrones. I think Game of Thrones was really, really great. Iranian-German, did not know that. Very cool. All right. Twin Flowers introduction. Yep, did not see that. Alright, Half Love. Completely out of sync. As I said, the reason why I kick out people that are out of sync so quickly is because if you don't hear that your stuff is out of rhythm, like your drums are doing and your strings are doing something else, and then your vocals and none of it matches on the timing, it means that you don't have yet or don't have full stop the ability to time music. And if you don't have the ability to time music, that is really bad for a musician, you know? That's kind of like you're trying to become a race car driver, but you have a hard time steering a car. You can practice it and stuff, but nobody's going to put you in the cockpit of a Formula One car if you can't steer a car. And you say, I'm going to learn it. You know, if you want to race Formula One, you should already be perfect in steering. And when you submit your demo somewhere where you want people to actually promote it, doesn't matter if it's me or a blogger or a label, you should already be really, really good in timing and in being on key. And if you can't, then very few people are going to feature you, you know. A lot of times people believe that their music is really good. They just need a lot more advertisement pressure, or they need a lot more publicity to get it out. If only people would hear the music. This is literally what everybody says. Talk to anybody who's ever worked at a label and ask them what musicians typically say to you that aren't very good. They say, if only more people would hear my music, I would become famous because my music is very good. And then usually that is not the case. Everybody just believes that. Good stuff carries. Plus, of course, you need money and you need networking and everything else. But networking becomes a lot easier when your stuff is good, because most people don't want to embarrass themselves with forwarding bad stuff. Same for us here. When we run what I call the large campaign, is when we send a song to like 40,000 actual people on the planet Earth. It has to be a song that we believe in, because otherwise we would lose a lot of these contacts. So when you're asking a promoter or somebody to promote your very crappy music, the only people you're going to get are promoters who spam stuff to completely disposable lists, which means they're low value lists of people that just push everything into the spam folder and that aren't real connections. But if you, hey RB, how you doing? Happy Monday, RB. But if you're doing an actual promotion where the person on the other side is actually receiving your music and listening to your music, you as the person who's curating want to make sure that that music that you send these people is actually good. And this is what a lot of musicians cannot understand. They're like, why can we not get into these lists? Why can we not get in front of a lot of people? And it is because you have not yet convinced one of the curators or the gatekeepers of this more exclusive circles to let you in, quite frankly. And then you can question why that is. There's a million reasons for it, but you can always pay. But the funny thing about paid promotion is that it doesn't work, because every paid promotion provider that says, okay, you give me $300 and I will send your music to a few thousand actual people. And there's promotion providers like that we have as well. Will do two things. Either they moderate and curate the content, or they're going to burn their contacts faster than you can say ho. The 10th time they're sending a radio DJ just pure crap, he's not going to listen to them again. So you cannot get onto high-powered lists by purely paying your way into it. You have to pay and be good. I think that's a lesson for the music industry. You have to have money and you have to be good. You can generate being good with money by having other people make the music for you. That's totally okay. That will work just the same. Nobody gives a shit who makes the music nowadays anyway. But this is the reason why all of the promotion services that artists generally have access to don't work. And people are like, I don't understand why my promotion doesn't work. It's because any promotion that artists have access to immediately gets burned. Any promotion channel that is known that it gives easy access to low quality artists by just paying will get burned in a second. They'll be unsubscribed and unfollowed, and their mails will go to trash. So just think about it, if somebody were to send you music that you hated, that was really crappy, and they would keep sending you that music because somebody was paying them to send you that music, you would eventually unsubscribe from the list, or you would block them, but you would certainly not listen to 20 songs that they would send you every day that are very bad. Why would you do that? You would say, oh, this is a spammer, Same way with promotion. So I usually say to artists, don't pay money for promotion unless you really, really know what you're doing. But there's a huge industry that makes a lot of money with telling, with kind of like playing into that segment of artists believing that if only they get promoted, they would be famous. But that is obviously not the case. So, what can you say? What can you say about that? If you as an indie artist have access to a certain promotion, it is proof that it doesn't work. Because no indie artist in the history of the world has ever had access to promotion that works. Other than free promotion or promotion that is offered, for example, free exposure, like TikTok, Reddit, etc. Those things work and those things you should do. But if you as a individual indie artist have access to a certain type of promotion for any reason, that is already proof that it doesn't work. Because if the 99.9% have access to that promotion, it means it's a spam promotion and nobody's going to listen to it. The 0.1 promotions that really get you into the circles of the people who know what they're doing are all closely guarded. And you will 1000% not have access to them. But of course, artists generally like to be told that they have access to everything and they just need to pay $20 and then everybody on the planet will hear their music. But of course, it's not true. But people make a lot of money with it. I mean, look at SubmitHub. SubmitHub has made millions telling people that their music is going to go somewhere, and nobody has ever achieved anything on that platform. Other than, and I've always wondered, why is there so few record labels on SubmitHub? And then I found out why, and it's essentially because SubmitHub is this merry-go-round where you tell artists that, if they put some money in the machine, something's going to happen for them. And then you tell the curators, tell them their song is really good. It didn't happen this time, but put some more money in the machine and they can try again. And they'll just keep you in there until you don't have money anymore. You'll keep submitting and they'll keep getting paid. And they'll just do it over and over and keep you in a loop. And labels are usually hard people. Labels are people that listen to 1,000 songs and give 999 bad feedbacks. So SubmitHub doesn't like to have them around because they spoil their relationship with their customers, who are the indie artists that pay them to send their stuff out. So they fill their curator ranks with fake people that aren't actually curators. They're just random people that want to make money, that will tell artists their music is good as long as they get paid for it. So it's essentially a paid claqueur system to where people are getting paid to tell you that your music is good. And of course, it will not get you anywhere. If you have any questions, you're welcome to ask. Somebody's disconnecting. But every month I learn more. Every month I'm more amazed at how there's an entire industry of thousands of companies that exists to take money out of indie artists. No, it's not you, Lottie, it's Yo-Yo. There's a whole industry that does nothing else but sell to people that they know are never going to make it in music. They sell them plugins, they sell them instruments, they sell them computers, they sell them promotion, they sell them, and the understanding that everybody has is this person is never going to go anywhere, but they're going to spend 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 chasing their dream of becoming a musician. And this is actually the people that they all live and exist for and make money for. It's not to make people successful in doing music. It's to make money from people who are never going to be professional musicians at all. Full stop. This is the big truth I found out in the last, I'd say, 1.5 years, that people's business models are oriented towards musicians failing, because it will keep them in the loop, because they'll not be successful, and then you can sell them some more crap, you know. Oh, you didn't make it with this plugin? Well, buy that plugin, because with that plugin, you sound really good. Oh, it didn't work? No, buy the new plugin that we have. It's really good. And it's the same thing. Buy the new guitar, buy the new equipment, buy the new promotion bullshit. And just keep buying. You'll be successful. As long as you keep buying our products, you'll be successful. That is what people are telling them, you know. And then there's me, you know, telling them you're not successful because you're not good. So, you know who they like and you know who they don't like.
Tell me that you want me to. I'm waiting, so won't you be my lady?
Yeah, but eventually everybody gets a break. So, but if I were to give you an advice as a young musician, I would say don't spend money on stuff, because you might think you need it, but you really don't. People aren't getting rich by giving you, hey Jack Albert, how you doing? People are not getting rich by you being successful. People are getting rich by you buying their products over and over again. Just think about that. People's business models are literally for you not to be successful. And if you're working if you're working with people who make money by you losing, you're working with the wrong people.
Now that you're gone and finally, I can be myself entirely. Yes, you didn't matter totally, but you could walk away so easily. So just like you walked away, stay there.
But it's very difficult to communicate that, you know. But most services I know benefit from you sucking, because it's just 99.9% of all of the people are sucking, you know. So it's a lot easier to work with these people.
So just like you walked away.
Generally, you should be working with people who get paid when you get paid. So anybody who takes a percentage of your success, that is a person you should work with, because they're going to be interested in you being successful. Anybody you have to pay up front, you should not work with, because they're going to get paid and you're going to have the short end of the stick. So work with people that work on percentage success basis. And that for a lot of young musicians means getting into a percentage contract with a management company, a publicist, or a label if they can get it. But I've been looking, I've been listening, and oh man, labels and managers and everybody's really cracking down on the percentage fees, and everybody's starting to charge fixed fees. The shape of the music industry is changing, and our 4.9 million indie artists are gonna have to cough up the cash soon if they want to have any services. So for a very long time, they've always complained that they don't hold their master rights. And I think that in the future, most indie artists will hold most of their rights, and they're going to have to pay for everything that goes into their music, which is going to make music extremely expensive for them. So what's going to happen in the future is that making music is going to become a lot more expensive, and then less people will do it, and that will kind of like calm down the market a little bit. I think we'll have a contraction of musical creators over the next 5 years, because revenues are plummeting and costs are skyrocketing. And this is usually indicative of a market that is out of balance. There's too many people making music. They're not getting paid enough, and they're not willing to pay the professionals that would make them successful. So your typical indie artist will, in 5 years from now, be the total owner of all of his masters. And on average, if you want to have a professional working with you, you're going to have to pay anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 a month to be on a label. And this is the reality that we're seeing now. We're talking with many artists who aren't on our label, who are with different labels. $6,000 a month will buy you major label subsidiary distribution, which is an incredibly tiny benefit. But music services are about to become really expensive because music payments are plummeting. And the professionals are saying, look, I really don't care. I used to be able to recuperate my costs with master rights. But now master rights are essentially worthless because streaming doesn't pay anything to anybody. Doesn't matter who it is. Label artists would not. So the person who's going to pay me is gonna be you, the independent artist. So I see a lot of gnashing of the teeth and rattling of the bones in the future for indie artists, because a lot of artists had the idea that once they would own their master rights, people would still go into some kind of split with them, a success split, But the simple fact is that you can either do a success split or you can pay people. You cannot ask people to work for you for free and then go with a low success split that isn't even guaranteed. So you're essentially asking people to work for you full time, and you're going to pay them $200 a month. Nobody's going to do that. So music is about to get more expensive, and music revenue is about to become less, even less, to where, I think that as a label, we could seriously consider giving away our music completely for free on every platform, and just completely do away with the system of Spotify and iTunes and stuff. Because why would I need a distributor that just gives away shit for free and charges people for it, but does not give me that money as a label? So we're giving them 300 songs, and they're not giving us anything in return, and they're saying, look, you get exposure. I'm like, I don't get exposure. I put it on Spotify, nothing happens. I get exposure if I run promotion on it. So I get exposure because I promote it, not because of you, Spotify, or you, Apple, or anybody else. So why should I not give it away completely for free, promote my artists, and do the same thing as before, and completely forfeit the $2.50 that they're paying each of my artists every month? I don't need somebody else to give away my stuff for free. I can perfectly fine do that myself. I can literally give away my artist's music for free. I don't need Spotify to give away my artist's music for free. That is not a business model that creates value for for anybody. Not for the artists, not for the labels, not for the managers, not for the promoters, not for the publishers, not for the publicists, not for anybody. But the streaming service, they make a lot of money. So is it going to be to where you're going to have to pay to be on Spotify because it's so fucking elite? Or are you just going to say, you know what? We're just going to give it away for free. We're just going to distribute to every free service. We're going to keep the copyright, of course. But we're going to make it free for everybody to have. And ask them to come to the show. So, okay. And this is an interesting change, and I think this is what it's going to be. People are going to be giving away music for free, and they're going to be trying to make money from performances, from licensing, from merchandise, etc. But it also means that distributors like Apple and Spotify, etc., are going to be useless because they're not going to be selling anything anymore. Maybe there'll be another online website where you can just upload your music and people can play it in your app, and that's great. At this point, the only thing that it creates anything of value for Spotify and Apple both are their apps that people use to play music when they want to consume music. So they're a marketplace where nobody can sell anything because the price is always zero. So yeah, interesting. And I believe that no business can stay in business if it doesn't provide any kind of value. I don't think that's sustainable. You know, I said it about Uber when they started. I said that Uber exists only because they take 20% from the drivers. They take 20% taxes that they're cheating on. And they're kind of like muscling themselves into the process while not providing value for anybody. And the customer said, yeah, but they're cheaper. I said, yeah, they're underpaying drivers 40% and then giving 20% of that to you as a customer and keeping themselves 20%. So what they're doing is they're wage dumping and they're not paying taxes. And that's not a business model that is sustainable because they're not creating value. They're exploiting something. They're exploiting the power of them on the market. So all exploitation models eventually end because people realize that to partake in an exploitation model, it only means that the exploiter gets more money and you don't get anything. Be Lazy says, oh, I'll help you pick good artists. Wow, I'm sick of hearing the same stuff on Spotify and Eat Fresh. Very good, Be Lazy. Thank you. Join us on Discord or on Twitch. Or stay on Reddit and follow me. Totally cool. I do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Always looking for somebody. Always interested in finding something really cool. It's okay. Alrighty. So yeah, it's an interesting market. And when I heard that platforms are reaching out to artists to directly pay them, I was like, wow, it's the end of the world. If that had ever happened, it didn't happen. There was a big legislative push of platforms to pay out directly to artists, you know. And that would, of course, completely deliver every artist into the fangs of the likes of Alphabet and Google, which means they would essentially then send you an email saying, you know, we're no longer paying you for anything, but if you want to be on our service, you're welcome to give it to us for free. And the next email you would get is, you know, we're no longer giving you away the option for hosting for free. You're now going to have to pay us to host your music, because that's what was behind it. Spotify and YouTube actually want to reverse it to where it's not them paying the musicians for having the music on their platform, but it's to where it's the musicians are paying Spotify and are paying YouTube to have the music on their platform. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to reverse the business models to where musicians are not content creators that get paid, but become customers of them and have to pay them to place their music. Thoughts Made says, what's your Discord? It's discord.gg/czr, like Count Zero Records. Hold on, I'll try type that in here. Discord. Okay, gotta discord.gg/czr. And that's the plan behind it, you know. So turn musicians from people who receive license fees into people who pay you money to have their music on Spotify. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Ringo? What do you say about that, Ringo? Yes? Is it like that? Are they gonna destroy music with their greed? Let's turn this caption off so you can see him. Yeah, he's grunting. Yeah, I know how it is. I know how it is. It's hard for us all. Cats and humans. Yes, such a good boy. If you can't see him, it means you're in an upstraight streaming format, but I can assure you there's a cat on the stream. You just cannot see it because the cat's here. Oh, and you're so hairy. You're losing all your hair. What? Stop that. You're losing your hair, dude. Because it's getting summer. Yeah, it's getting summer. You want to watch me? And when it's getting summer, he's always losing his hair. All right, let's listen to another song, huh? Whoopsie! Oh man, I did the wrong thing here. So many people also sending me, hey, you're a little bit on the mixer, dude. You're on the mixer. I know you want to sit on the mixer, but it's probably not a good idea. Also, don't put your tail on my mouse. Not cool, dude. Alrighty. So weird. I opened this platform on 2 different tablets and it's 2 different listings of songs. I'm really not getting this. How this can even be possible. I'm just gonna reload here also. It just means that you're like random sorting probably stuff. Oh yeah, there you go. No. I have a cat who's moving my mouse. Hold on, let's put the mouse there and see if he's gonna move it with his tail. Too bad you can't see it. I gotta mount the camera here and like forward or something so you can see him when he's here. But he seems to be enjoying it, sitting here on my streaming table. All right.
Stop asking yourself, what am I doing in this randomest house? Just dance to the sound. What? Wait, put a smile on your face. Might be in an unknown city. At least you've got ecstasy. Oh, she just dancing on.
Okay, next one. I'm just listening to some music here, seeing if I feel something, and if I like something. By the way, if you're following crypto, you're probably aware that the market has retracted quite significantly, as I predicted. I did say it like a month earlier. It was a little bit delayed. We had a weird up, but the current retractment is fairly significant. So a lot of people who were like yelling buy now lost a lot of money. About 1.5 trillion have been wiped out in the last month. And this goes into music a lot, because the last things that were in the crypto sphere was like NFTs and strongly music-based NFTs, and then there was a lot of staking that was promoted. And staking has the huge issue that you're staking a certain currency and you're converting at a certain time, and then when you're converting out, the underpinning currency might have changed value significantly. So all the people that staked at that time when they were like, yeah, you can make $500 staking Pancake, all those people now lost half of their money. So don't do staking unless you really know what you're doing. And at the current moment, staking is not profitable in anything. Doesn't matter what it is. And the second thing is NFTs, like Bored Ape Yacht Club. And all of these things, they're evaluated. All the music NFTs. Lots of musicians were selling rights through NFTs, etc. And all of that stuff has decreased 50% in value just over the last month. So when you're a creative guy and you want to sell something and somebody else wants to buy it, you should probably not do it in a currency that can lose 50% of the value in 2 weeks. Because that's going to create a huge problem for you as a creative and for your customers as people who want to buy stuff from you. Even though it's new, it's cool and everything. I made NFTs. I thought about going full NFT for the label, and when I found out some underpinning problems, actually reversed on it. A lot of people were saying, you should go forward, you should mint NFTs. But the problem of NFTs is not the NFT itself. It's essentially the tying the NFT. That NFTs are purchased in a currency which can lose 50% of its value at any time. So everybody who has a Bored Ape at this moment just had their money cut in half, for that ape. And Cultural Simple says time to buy. No, I don't think so. I think what we're going to have is we're going to have a further retractment, and then we're going to have a crypto winter. And then we're going to see if technology actually comes around and improves to the point where we can actually use crypto for transactions to where you can do smart contracts really easy, to where minting fees are lower. And then in 1 year or 2 years, we'll maybe see another summer of crypto where the tech has matured to the point where we can actually use it. So at the moment, I would definitely not get into it like at all. All the things that are coming up with a strong inflation for America. A lot of people that are in crypto are saying, strong inflation is good for crypto, but it's actually not true at all. Because crypto actually drives inflation by removing money from the real world economy, and the real world economy determines inflation rates. So when you remove a lot of money from the real world economy to crypto, you create inflation. And then inflation eats money, and that money is the source of value for crypto. I know it's a little bit weird. I have to say, disclaimer, I am an economist. I worked as an economist for 30 years. So there's that. Seriously Doubtful says, 3-part question. Why wasn't there more music being produced when everyone was on lockdown? There was a lot. We got so much stuff, and so many people wanted to come and join us. It was insane in lockdown. How many record labels are crashing? Almost all of them that are not majors. The big ones are doing fine, and the little ones are, let's just say, there's less labels every day. What portion of income comes from touring live shows? 30%. Listen to Rain Wolf. Got this album called Hear Me Out. Bye. Call me not. Okay. Okay, Seriously Doubtful. I hope I answered your questions there. We had a great time signing artists during the COVID time, because a lot of people turned towards the digital sphere and creating more music, connecting themselves more with labels. So we got a lot of artists there. But what we're seeing now is that now that COVID, the lockdown is over for many people, focus is shifting away from music. And we're seeing people that had signed up to us saying they're going to be very dedicated musicians, now having other things to do. They're like, oh yeah, I'm back to my old job. Oh yeah, I'm going to travel the world now. Oh yeah, I'm going to do this, do that. So a lot of people that said, I want to become a musician during the COVID and COVID lockdowns, now are like, yeah, I didn't really mean that. And we're seeing a lot of people that came in during the lockdown rush into the music industry now leaving the music industry again, because they now have other options. I don't know. They're no longer interested in music. I have no idea. But a lot of musicians, a lot of people gave music a shot during COVID. And I have some just a cable issue here. And have found out that the music industry isn't exactly what they thought it was going to be. And then left. So we had a lot of people who tried their hand at becoming a musician, or at like being a musician during COVID. And so we got a lot of new people in. Oh, like man, we got so many demos. It was fucking insane. And I had a time when I had 3 artist calls a day. I was running like 15 recruitment talks every week. It was insane. There was so many people that wanted to join, because everybody wanted to do something creative while they were at home, And now that they have different options, they've all left. And I think this is better, because we really want to have people that are like dedicated, creators that would stay, and not people that are like in and out, And with the labels, it's really difficult. So many of them are dying because they're being sandwiched in an impossible situation. Music revenue their music revenue. So labels used to be paid not by touring, because who does touring so much? Your typical smaller label wasn't being paid by touring; they were paid by music royalties. And what has been destroyed over the last 10 years? Music royalties. So a lot of the smaller labels, their business model was they would sign an artist, they would promote that artist, they would take 50% of what that artist made in music royalties. And other than that, that artist would do whatever they wanted. They would tour, they would do something else. That's what a smaller label would do. But that money doesn't exist anymore. That money isn't there. There's no music royalties anymore. If you make a hit and you have like millions and millions of plays, you're getting a few $1,000s. That is by far not enough to recoup anything. Promotion, music video, nothing. So labels are now like, keep your masters because they're worthless now. A master record is now essentially worthless because the royalties coming from a master record are useless. You can do you can do merchandise, you can do touring, you can teach somebody in a music school, you can do another job, but there's no more music royalties. And the labels that had been heavily dependent on music royalties have essentially crumbled, and there's very, very big labels that are falling also, because they see that their entire catalogs are being wiped out by Spotify and others, paying less and less and less and less and less and less every year. So they're going out of business because essentially there's nothing to be gained anymore because music royalties don't exist anymore. So they have got to find a new business model, and I already know what that business model is, and that's making artists pay for everything. If you wanna have a song, you wanna have it made, promoted, distributed, everything, 10 grand, my man, and we'll do it for you. You can't pay, we don't care. Do DIY on CD Baby, and nobody's give a shit. Who's a new artist we should keep a lookout for? I don't know. Anybody on our label? Seriously though, the good artists that I can convince to join our label are on our label. So if you're asking me what's a good artist to look out for, it really depends on what kind of genre you're interested in. And every genre is different. And we are a multi-genre label, so depending on which genre, I can name you a guy who I think is excellent and who is like really underrated.
You're not king of my castle, I'm its queen. You want me living in a nightmare, but this is my dream.
Yeah, not so bad so far.
We're not living in a fairy tale.
She's got to switch it up though in a little bit. 3, 2, 1, 0, and go. Still a little bit dragging. It's really gonna go somewhere soon. Go somewhere, go somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna skip. Yeah, nothing more there. I'm gonna save it though, but so she had one good idea. Again, it goes back to what I always say, in order to make a great song you need to have 5 ideas. She had one. Missing 4 ideas there.
Bill on the mind, keep killing that shit is divine, my shit is sublime. I get a bear day, nigga ain't grind like I ain't behind on my shit. Some haters should get in the line, I'm headed for greatness. This
I hate this.
is a sign, I'm on that hit, it's straight with a line. Get off my dick, bitch, out of your mind. I keep a heavy car for the pressure, I'm ready anytime, it's whatever. I go to this. All this fly shit I'm living. They
Sorry.
say I'm different, I'm an enigma. Who full of
I got a real problem here with this tablet, because it says headphone connected, headphone disconnected, headphone connected, And as I found out, every tablet has this automatic headphone connection detection. And when you plug in a headphone on the iPad, it stops screen mirroring and stuff. And I, being a studio tech guy, I really hate equipment that has built-in behavior, that will do something without you wanting to do it. I really like dumb equipment, like equipment that would literally do only do something if you told it to do that. So I really don't want anything to automatically switch outputs because something is connected and it's like, oh, detected this, switching output to here. Fucking consumer items, I hate that. I hate that with a passion.
Money, I swim. Your shit won't work out of it.
Oh, look, detected. Wireless headphone connected. Wired headphone disconnected. Wired headphone connected.
Gym, I'm looking like damn it work.
That is just atrocious,
Out in the end. Damn, I am a rare breed.
In the studio, you'd have something, you plug it in, and then a lot of times in the studio, you can actually screw it in so that the plug doesn't come out. You're actually screwing it in so the plug doesn't come out when you're live or something, I was so surprised when I started working with audio technology in the studio on how much better professional gear is. And then I was even more surprised finding out that it is not more expensive than consumer gear. And I was always thinking to myself, why? But then it came to me, of course, there's very few audio professionals and there's a lot of consumers. So they essentially get away with selling consumer items that are the same price or higher than the studio items, even though they're vastly inferior in quality. So interesting. That is. Running Funk says Manchester United for the win. Did Manchester United just win something, or are you just a fan in general?
When you smiled, I could see there was meaning. Made my heart scream with every beat. Know that I need you forever. So why don't I feel like you're falling? Hide every time that I see you. Hope that you know that I won't let go.
That's not so bad. I'll save it. Had a good weekend, like the KC Chiefs. Like the KFC Chiefs. Oh my god, KFC, fried chicken. Arbitrator and Avi are going to eat fried chicken and watermelon. That's right, it's gonna happen. Maybe I should review only stuff that's not out yet. And GarbDV says, what sort of music do you like? Well, I myself, the stuff that I make is mostly electronic dance music nowadays. I started out doing electronic music on computer systems like Commodore 64 and Amiga 500. So I was there for the creation of techno and electronic music. This is generally where I come from. But I did listen to a lot of hip-hop and meet a lot of people at the inception of hip-hop at the early 90s. So generally electronic music and hip-hop is what I would say. But I am a generalist. I listen to classical music. I listen to country music. I just listen to a lot of music. Also, I don't know, also like professionally, but still, Please listen to Blady. If you want to drop any links, please do so on our Discord in the demo room. I gave the link a little while ago. Or you can go to demosubmission.com if you are the band, you know, and create a profile there for free. So those are the two ways to get to us, demosubmission.com and our Discord server, which is at discord.gg/czr. All right. Doesn't cost anything, by the way. We're actually looking for people, not looking to charge people.
Love you, remember why I'm let the hangover, I know I'm going down.
Oh, look at the boy.
Feeling
Look at the bike, look at the bike, look at the bike.
side. I love you, remember why you told me it's over, I know I'm going down, I won't make it alive. You
Yeah, not much going on here. Sorry, guy. Abandoned ship Sigma Defense. Boy is cute, that's right. He's our chat boy. Also a little bit reminiscent of 20 years ago. So interesting. I'm always talking about this. Why are we always getting these like oldie type of things? Oldie type of things. Oh, that is a very, very long intro. I don't want to listen to that. You know, the people that play wind noise for 40 seconds, I'm just really... An exciting ad says Buster B. Jones. And I think it's interesting how many people are still watching streams on upstraight format, you know? So I don't think that's gonna last. Then again, you know, who cares? I hear that TikTok is preparing RTMP streaming, which would be very interesting. We could use that, you know. He tried by the speaker. Yeah. Okay, wow, well. Vian Itzhak, Flight of the Aeronaut. Yeah, those speakers aren't on, you know. The music is only coming in my headphones. The speakers are on when we want to, you know, play music here for the guests or something. But, oh, my RPAN stream shut off. Okay, RPAN stream terminated. Not sure why that happened. Okay, well, just leave it like that, I guess. Too sad. It was a pretty good stream. But I'm gonna close it soon anyway. I'm gonna do until gonna go around 10 o'clock or something, and I'm gonna be done. Had an interesting day today. Lots of stuff, and then I'll jump on the Discord. Probably shower and maybe have a bite before that.
You talking to the illest when I meditate. Watch me as I escalate like Cadillac. Getting dead presidents, I'm Lawrence Tate. Menace to society and music is my love Jones. In Inglewood, motherfucker, that's my ground to stump on. You might get shot here, your ass better duck for cover. Before it's night, bullets be your last supper. Jesus, niggas dying for no reason. Cause Cali's always hot like we don't have no other seasons. Look, okay, we get it, enough of this rapping Cali shit. The president is on his way to Dallas like a maverick. The AARON, living this life in sin. Promise to never sin again. I'll never do wrong, nigga, that's a synonym. My dad is an antichrist, antonym, and I'm an antonym.
Not bad. I have to say, not bad. Maybe should have saved it, but no. It was very, very old school, you know. Maybe we had some kind of a network thingy going on here. Oh, there's Be Lazy. And there's Hank Trumbull. Hey, welcome, guys. Oh yeah, they're probably not seeing me anymore. Okay. Some new people on our wonderful Discord there. Okay. Let us continue. We got so many watchers. I see Reddit black connection issues, but still can see chat. Really? Yeah, the connection broke. At this point, I'm really not sure what to do because I've tried everything that I could possibly do in order to broadcast to Reddit more stably. I'm already not using Restream for it. I'm already using RPN Studio for it. And it's still breaking up. All I can say is that it's probably not the best technology that they are having there. I could reduce the stream down to an actual up-straight streaming format and reduce the bandwidth. That seems to work better with Reddit. So, you know, if you make your quality really shitty, it will work, you know. But I mean, come on, who wants that? Maybe I don't know. I'll have to figure something out. But it's the first time that I had this complete disconnect. Since using RPN Studio, you know. But since, you know, I'm about to leave anyway. Yeah, Reddit is always... It's a toss-up, you know. They're not stable enough to... Sometimes it works great, sometimes it doesn't. I'm really not sure. But they're nowhere near the quality that the other providers have, you know. Like, they're still kind of like figuring out this whole streaming thing, I guess. Not sure. Plus, I don't think that them implementing their own streaming protocol was a smart choice. I know that Reddit and Instagram and TikTok really want people to use their app to stream and not to streamers like me to stream on there by multi-streaming. But I mean, to take a somewhat hostile stance towards creators that want to be on multiple platforms is a little bit childish, because you're not going to be able to muscle people into only using your platform. I know they're trying to do that. Everybody's trying to do that. You know, YouTube, everybody's kind of like trying to get creators to use only their platform, you know. But the reality is that creators have been burned so many times by a singular platform, by them just changing the terms of services and saying, you know, oh, from now on, everything is going to be completely different. YouTube kind of like turned on its creators and lowered prices significantly, that they paid creators 2 or 3 times there, where a lot of people lost all of their livelihood. So a lot of people that make creative stuff nowadays are like, yeah, I'm not going to depend on one platform, and then when they fuck me over, I'm really fucked. So everybody's creating on as many platforms as they can. So platforms have found out that their complete authoritarian behavior and behaving like the biggest dicks possible has made it to where people no longer trust them. And this is the point. Creators don't trust platforms anymore at all. Nobody trusts Twitch. Nobody trusts YouTube. More people still trust Reddit, but Reddit it just isn't capable. But generally, there's very few creators you'll find that create only on one platform and one platform only, knowing that if they built their community there and the platform changes the terms, which they can do at any time at a moment's notice, you might lose your entire livelihood while you're sleeping, and they change the TOS. So this way to treat your creators has led to people branching out and creating on multiple platforms. And again, it's their own fucking fault. If they had treated their creators better, people wouldn't be looking to mitigate risk, because that's essentially what it is, risk mitigation. People don't want to be broke, you know? If Jeff Bezos wakes up one day and says, fuck Twitch, you know?
Don't mind when your eyes are evergreen. Don't mind when you make me laugh. Don't mind when you give me.
Like that voice. Good. Save it. Save it. Lottie's gonna have so many things to watch. It's all gonna be on Lottie. All gonna be on Lottie. Lottie, Lottie, Lottie. Come on. Yeah, and also don't. I hate it when people send me music videos. I totally appreciate that they do this, but then there's a cinematic intro to every music video, made by this, made by that. 40 seconds of people walking in a circle. It's all very dramatic, you know. And I'm just here to try to review music. And Foxy says, yeah, creating on one platform only is risky, and I think it doesn't matter whether it's behind a paywall or not. Being on multiple platforms seems wiser. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's really without alternative, because if one platform all of a sudden decides to change their terms in a way that you cannot agree with, or they say, oh, by the way, we decided to not pay anybody anything anymore, just like, you know, you have currently happening with Spotify, you're going to lose everything you build. And I'm so happy that I never bought into this Spotify hype, like, build your playlists, promote your people, bring millions of people to Spotify to push your streams on Spotify, because it's super important how many streams you have on Spotify, you know. I never bought into this crap. And now that we know that Spotify is going the road towards not paying people anymore, quite to the contrary, to where they want to get paid by musicians to host their music, I would ditch that platform in a second, you know. And next year I'm gonna do it to where no, I'm actually gonna immediately do it. I'm already, you know, people that are doing bigger releases, I'm asking them, do you want this to be on streaming? And most people still say yes, you know, because it does give you a larger platform. But I think eventually we might stop distributing the streaming simply because they do not contribute anything of value for independent musicians. They don't give you bigger reach. They don't, you know, it's literally just, you know, that a lot of people are still using Spotify. But other than that, and I mean, they're really big, you know. I think like a third of our plays comes from Spotify annually. So they have a huge position in the market. A position that they shouldn't have, by the way. Nobody should be able to hold the entire music industry of the planet hostage the way that Spotify does that. Not bad, saved it. Alright guys, 10 o'clock. I think I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you're having a great day. And I wish you a wonderful day and a wonderful tomorrow. We're gonna see each other on Wednesday for the next Record Label Boss at 2000 Central European Time. It's gonna be great. No. And in the meantime, if you want to join us, if you're new to the show, if you're an artist, go to demosubmission.com, submit your demos there, or join us on Discord at discord.gg/CCR. Thanks for being on Record Label Boss with me, Avio. Today we reviewed some interesting music. I had some saves there. I had nothing that I would say was like, oh man, I really have to talk to this artist. But that is what it is at most of the days. We had some interesting chat on Reddit and a lot of upvotes there as well. That was super cool. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again on Wednesday. Arpan Day. We're going to be on Arpan. It's going to be big. On Wednesday at 8 o'clock Central European. Until then, I love you all. I see you on the next Record Label Boss with Avio.
It's not time to go home yet. Just stay with me for a moment. I never thought I'd find what I was looking for, but this feeling can't afford to leave. Came here with a 20 in my pocket. Didn't want to stay too long. I knew that I would drop it. Check myself out in the reflection of a liquor bottle. Saw a real sad girl, a big pill to swallow. Yeah.